How are we doing, Cook family? I hope everyone is keeping well, keeping safe, and trading safe as usual. So, today's content it's about POI selection. Now, I think, I've definitely done one, I think probably two videos on POI selections, which I'll link on this video as well. But this is another way to identify really strong POIs. Yeah. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So when we're looking for POI, right, this is what we're going to refer to as an inside bar POI. Yeah. So essentially, an inside bar is a candle. So let's say you've got a candle like this, and then you get a second candle that doesn't break the low or the high of the previous candle. This is an inside bar. This is what we refer to as an inside bar. Yeah. So this inside bar, so let's say it's on a higher time frame. Let's just say it's on the daily. Yeah. This inside bar, if you study this on, let's say, the H4, it will be a clear POI. Yeah. It will be something like you'll be able to see structure and you'll be able to see that break. Yeah. So these inside bar regions are very powerful. However, it's very important that you study and you add more context to it. Yeah. So identifying an inside bar. So this personally, how I would go about it. Identify your inside bars and higher time frames, or whatever time frames it is you choose. Yeah, as your higher time frame. Then, if you scroll down a few time frames, you'll be able to see in more context, in more clarity, what that region has achieved or what that region has done. Yeah. So, things to look out for. Has it left imbalance? Has it left imbalance? Is there further liquidity in the form of structural liquidity in order to come into that region? Yeah. Has it broken structure? So these are all things that you've got to be still asking yourself. Yeah. However, when you see these inside bars, it's a good region to do a little bit of investigation. Yeah. So let's have a look at a few examples, couple of examples, and as always, do your own testing and see if it works for you. So guys, I'm here on the 8-hour time frame. Now, it really doesn't matter the color of these candles, right? If it's an inside bar, I see it as an inside bar, right? If it's failed to break the low and high of the previous candle, it's an inside bar to me. Yeah. Excuse me. Now, of course, as usual, guys, add context into it. Add context into it. For example, here we've broken structure. We've got these inside bars within premium, so on and so forth. Yeah. Add context into it, and it will go a long way. Yeah, in building that overall picture. Yeah, don't just be like, okay, this is an inside bar, this is an inside bar. There's no point to do that, right? But when you see these inside bars, especially on the higher time frames, it's really good. It's a good region to do a bit of investigation. So in this instance, we've got two inside bars, yeah, here on the 8-hour. Now, one other thing that I will say is, if you're going to mark out your POIs like this, it's a good way to refine as well. Yeah, so rather than selecting this whole region, which is completely fine, by the way. Yeah, but if you sort of understand your inside bars and do a little bit more investigation, you can already do a bit more refinement on the high time frame. Yeah, so let's have a look at these on the H4. So dropping down a couple of time frames. So let's start with this one here. So I understand this is in premium straight away. Yeah, I understand this whole region has also taken out liquidity, and this has essentially caused the failure of this demand. Yeah, and these are things you want to look out for. Again, furthermore, there's imbalance coming into it, right? So this is a good region that we can look to continue selling from. Yeah, and for example, this one here, just by looking at this, I won't go into this in too much detail, but I can see again clear liquidity by looking at this red candle. But again, this is that inside bar region. Yeah, and what does it do? It has left imbalance and so on and so forth. You're building confluence within that region by identifying that inside bar first. Sorry guys, video cut off there. But yeah, essentially it's just identifying your inside bars, that region. Yeah, that region, like I said, it helps in your refinement. And then look to do a bit of investigation on the lower time frames. So go down a couple of time frames and then see what that region has actually achieved to do. Yeah. It's the same across all time frames. So for example, if you just stay here on the H4, recent price action, straight away what I can see is this little inside bar here. Yeah. So just with this sort of having this mapped out here, and let's say jump down a few time frames into M15, what we can see is we've got that reaction from here. Yeah, so remember guys, don't be fooled by this reaction. It's probably here on EU, it's probably like a 30-40 pip move. Yeah, just over 40 pips. Yeah, so it's identifying that in the H4, right, and sort of coming down here and looking at, you know, any further refinements you can do. Now here there is a further refinement for me personally in this candle here, right? Essentially that's taken out this supply here. Yeah, so again it's sort of understanding your inside bars and then digging, right? Literally finding out evidence, investigate what that region has done. Again, it's got liquidity coming into it in the form of structured liquidity, so on and so forth. And if you actually look at this, just something you've noticed here, what does it come into? It's come into an inside bar. Yeah, so these regions are very, very powerful. Yeah, however, make sure you have added and stacked your confluence. Yeah, just identifying an inside bar is not enough. Yeah, it's not enough. And understanding where it is relative to the higher time frame. So I understand this region here was high up in the overall swing leg. So I'm not expecting prices continue shooting up from here because we're on a pullback phase. Yeah, here on the M15, let's say, right? And if you actually look into this price action, you'll see that we're also coming back down from a daily extreme, right? So I'm not expecting a crazy reaction that's going to continue and sustain to the upside. Yeah, but you know, if you want to play these reactions, there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, as long as you know where to get at. And for example, this inside bar, what do we have? We have liquidity built into it. What do we get? We get liquidity sweep before moving away, so on and so forth. So build confluence around these regions. Yeah, build confluences around these regions and really look to understand what that region has achieved. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for me. Inside bar POIs, it's something I use personally. Inside bar on a higher time frame, you go down a few time frames, you'll be able to see exactly what it's done. It will be a clearer POI. But it's not just about it being a clearer POI, it's about understanding what that has achieved. Okay, what that region has achieved to do. Yeah, so as usual guys, if you've got any questions, if you've got any further questions, just let me know. And until next time, trade safe.